This is a fishing story.
Joining me today is NFL wide receiver and Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Deshaun Jackson. This guy can flat out play.
Deshaun, the playmaker. What's up, man? Oh, man. Man, it's a pleasure, bro.
What's going on? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm excited. And I tell you why, because I know you can flat out ball. That's a fact.
All right.
Yeah, man, but don't sleep. I heard you can catch him too, man.
I do a little something, man. I go out and have some fun, man. We're gonna get out there. I wanna see what you can teach me though, man. You the man. I'm in your world right now. I'm ready to get it in.
Let's do it.
Fish waiting on this.
There you go. Yeah! Get him with the shot! Yeah!
Bring him in the boat.
Yeah, baby! We own it for sure. You got him, Deshaun. You let him have it too. He let him run. Oh, man! Ooh, I felt that one, Joe. Is that a fish? Yeah, it is. Yada-da!
Yes, sir. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. Yes, sir.
Bam!
Come from a big family, a family of 4 brothers total, 2 sisters. I say it's family-oriented. We all, respectful, all, come from a family that really didn't really have too much early on and, really just worked hard at, getting whatever it was we wanted in life.
You know, you've heard people say it takes a village to raise a family or people.
Yep.
You grew up similar to like I grew up where, the next door neighbor, you're like, hey, I'm gonna tell your dad, or, that kind of thing. So tell me about your mom and your dad, because they're critical in your life.
All right, yeah. Well, I always had them in my life. I think that's the vocal point of my life.
This is a fishing story. Oh, fish. Oh, man. No, he's still there. Oh, man, look at this.
Yeah, buddy.
I think this is a snook, man. Look at him. Look at him, Greg. Wow. What a beautiful fish. How about that?
Look at that, huh? That was whoever caught the first fish didn't have to do 20 push-ups, so I'm gonna pay the piper, so I owe him 20 push-ups. Show the Marines how to do push-ups.
We need to know.
All right, here we go. And you're gonna count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
One for the core, one for the core.
Yeah. Man, that is beast mode.
Hey, buddy.
That is, get him, Greg.
He's on.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is that a fight or what, Greg?
Oh, yeah. Like he did that for you guys, see that?
He's putting on a show, baby.
I am so inspired just sitting here with you, but not everybody knows your story.
I was on my motorcycle riding with some other friends, and on our way home, a driver entered my lane of travel. He pulled right out in front of me from a stop sign, and this guy just came right out, and from what I'm told, it was pretty graphic. Chest cavities ripped open, and my heart was exposed. I was bleeding to death. I was beat up. I was real beat up. I was presented in a state of extremis, which means the point of death.
Yes.
This is what can happen when everything goes right. When everybody does the right thing at the right time. I am the product of the medical community to save practically someone that wasn't supposed to make it, and I wasn't supposed to make it. My body, I believed, did not survive what it did in Iraq to come home and die in the road because of a careless driver.
So Greg, how deep and how dark was it for you going through this process, and how low did you get?
Man, I never knew what depression was until my injury. I was full of hate. The thoughts of suicide were ruminating in my head, and I hated it. My mom, called me one day and, just kind of tearing up. She's like, Greg, promise me that you won't do anything, and I want to tell you something right now. If you wait 1 year from today and you still feel this way, I'll find a way to take you out of your misery. Like, my goal is to ride a wave standing up on the surfboard, because that was extremely difficult. And it was the last run of the day. Bo Derek was there. She was helping me out. She's volunteering. And
Sure.
I got the good push, and I got up on that wave, man. I rode that wave in, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. I'm like, if I can do this, I can do anything.
This is a fishing story.
I'll be fishing with a remarkable young lady who's changing lives for the better every day, Chasten Whitfield.
Chasten, Kathy, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good seeing ya.
Too.
Oh my goodness.
There he is. Yeah! Good morning. Good for me, baby. How about that track? What do you say? Yeah, baby, Pam. There you go, Chasten.
I got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get him, Chasten.
I don't want to.
Yeah, pow.
Tell me about this journey you've had in life where you had this Katrina moment. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
It was Hurricane Katrina, and on TV there was a little boy who didn't have any water, and the mom was like, we haven't drank or eaten anything in 2 days. So I saw that, and I was like, Mom, I want to help. I want to give that little boy water. So she's like, okay, well, go get your piggy bank. So I went and got my piggy bank, like $2, $3 in it. Went to the Red Cross. I said, my mom's like, she wants to give her money to you. And then the next day I saw people handing out waters. I'm like, Mom, that's my money buying them water. And I saw another commercial about St. Jude's. And there was a little boy named Big Ben, and he had a brain tumor. He was 2 years old, and at the time, my little brother was 2 years old as well. I started raising money for St. Jude's by having a garage sale. I did that from about 1st grade to 5th grade. One of my teachers, she was my 1st grade and my 5th grade teacher. She helped me so much. In 5th grade, she said, Chaz is having a garage sale. If you guys bring in at least one item, we won't have homework for the whole week. So the whole entire class brought everything. So we had to get my dad's truck. We had to take trip after trip back and forth from the classroom to the truck. From 1st grade to 5th grade, we raised about $8,000, I think.
Unbelievable.
So we had a lot of people there. It was awesome.
So that's amazing how all of that occurred, all because you just wanted to do something right. Your heart was in the right place.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then all of a sudden the attention starts coming because of where your heart is. And it gets bigger. And as you get older, it's getting bigger. And so that means these good things are coming to you because you're doing all the right things.
This is a fishing story.
Today on the Fishing Story, we're doing something I've always wanted to do, kayak fishing. But not just kayak fishing, we're kayak fishing with the best. Luther Cyphers from Yak Attack and Bonafide Kayaks, along with his daughters, well, we're gonna have a rock star time, and I do mean rock star. Stay tuned. Oh man. Oh. Oh my goodness, man. Oh, this looks like a red, baby. Get over here. Kayak when I love it. Pow. Bam. How about that trash? Little Smokey. Where your friends at? Look, Luther, a bonafide fish. So Luther, let's talk a little bit about Yak Attack. Where did Yak Attack start?
We started 2008. I started kayak fishing with a buddy of mine. We were fishing bridge lights for striper, and a lot of power boaters out there and stuff. And we wanted to basically make a light so we didn't get run over, kind of a 360-degree light. So my buddy Bob, he made the first one. Basically took a Tektite dive light and glued it in the end of a PVC pipe, and worked pretty good. Had LEDs, batteries lasted for a long time. I made a version, and we kind of batted that back and forth till we got something that was pretty nice. The guys that we were fishing with started asking if we would make them one, would we sell them?
There you go, Sundari.
Is it a flounder? It's like a stingray or something. Stingray, skate. Hey! First fish.
Oh,
Fish on.
Nelly. You got it. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Come on.
good trout. How about that trash? Man, Luther, that's a nice trout.
Decent fish.
That's a big one. Is that a gator? Holy Toledo. Bam! Woo! That's deeper. Bam! How about that trash? Man, that's a big one.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That is a big one. Holy Toledo, man.
Oh, no, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
That was too close. Woo, what a
Oh,
fish.
that's a beauty.
It's a feisty critter.
Yes, sir. Wow. Everything you catch today, Luther, is big. What is that?
One thing I just love about your kids is the diversity in talents. So let's talk about Taya.
There's a quote that says, music is God's gift to man. The only art of earth we take to heaven, and the only art of heaven given to earth. And that's Taya. You know, she's a little gift. Her talents are a gift. It's things that she wasn't taught. People say, well, which parent is the musician? Neither one. You know, which one's the songwriter? That skipped a couple of generations too. You know, Taya was gifted from an early age with all things music and expression.
This is a fishing story.
Today on A Fishing Story, we're honored to have Captain Lori Deaton, one of the founders of the breast cancer support organization Hooked on Hope. This grassroots organization works in collaboration with Dr. Charles Cox to provide education, resources, and health care to breast cancer patients all throughout the Tampa Bay area. Captain Deaton's dedication to her community through her nonprofit has saved many lives and has given many women hope. We were so thrilled to be a part of the 10-year anniversary charity event held every year.
Good one. Good one. Yeah, baby. What we got, lady? A needlefish?
Ladyfish
Lady.
catching ladyfish. They
Lady.
don't count.
What up, lady?
They do not count.
We can do the trash fish slam. I do it all the time.
Oh, good release.
Nice.
I'll grab another bait.
I think I got one.
Yay, Ronnie!
Yeah, baby.
Let me grab the net.
I love it, baby. How about that trash?
Get you some.
Get over here, baby. Little snugglet. Little snugglicious. Yes, sir. I know.
Got
It's
him?
all good. Yeah. Come on over here to daddy, boy. He almost got me. All I saw was just the emergency room looking me dead in the mouth. And I got him on a J-hook. Yes. Beautiful fish. And I promise, it doesn't matter the size. The big ones are great, but the little ones are just as good in their own little way, and they're all fun to catch. Tell me a little bit about breast cancer awareness. What prompted you? What was the catalyst for you to get involved?
The fact that I was invited to fish a lot of different charity events, and I enjoyed the camaraderie of the captains. Each and every cause was so important. The energy that came with everything that they put together, it was just so much fun. I remember finding out that a girlfriend of mine had breast cancer. And shortly after that, I did a charity event for Pediatric Cancer Foundation. And when I went into the reception, all of a sudden I thought that ice carving should be in the shape of a breast cancer ribbon. That Mercedes should be pink. Like, I don't know what made me think of it, but I did. And the minute it hit my head, it hit my heart at the same time, and I knew I had to make it happen. So my sister had worked in breast oncology for most of her career. She worked for Dr. Charles Cox, who's a world-renowned breast cancer surgeon. So I talked to her and I said, Mary, what about an idea of us putting together a fishing tournament? And it just so happened that at the same time that we thought of this, Dr. Charles Cox was opening the USF Breast Health Center. So it was meant to be. It was, not only did I know, admire, and respect him, but what he was doing with that Breast Health Center was something entirely different than anybody else was doing. So you can come in, you can have your mammogram, they'll do breast biopsies, sonograms, everything, and then you find out within 1 or 2 days whether or not you have breast cancer. They expeditiously do everything and start treatment right away, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
This is a fishing story.
Today on A Fishing Story, I'm fishing with Mike Meisenheimer, but you may know him as Mikey Balls from his hit YouTube channel, Mikey Balls Fishing. He began educating people on bass tackle on his YouTube page, and it's grown to a large audience that follows him weekly. From professional fishermen, weekend anglers, kids, and seniors alike, they all like to listen to what Mikey Balls has to say on a weekly basis. So I'm going to spend a day with Mike, and we're going to catch fish in his own backyard here in Lake Placid.
Oh, I got nailed.
He's on it.
Oh, he's on.
Good one?
I don't know, but he sure can. Look at this, baby. Wake up this morning. I love it.
Want me to grab her? You got her? You want me to scoop her? What do you want me to do?
Oh, I'm just gonna play her for a little bit.
All right.
Let her do her thing. She don't know what to do. Neither do I. Look what Mikey done to you. He done brought some friends. Oh man, beautiful fish. There's beautiful color,
You
Mike.
see the shoulders on them, dude?
Yeah.
Like they're plump and they're
White.
pretty.
Oh, this is a beautiful deep water fish. You could tell the color is a little bit on the white side. Man, you don't see them like this in Florida. This is stuff you see at Ledge Lakes up north. What a beauty. Mike, I know you call it, oh, I get lucky every so often, and that's modest, but I mean, you really have to know your craft. And there's a lot of tournament fishermen that don't know their craft as well as you do. Now, you don't fish tournaments like you used to. Tell me why.
You know, man, a couple years ago, I made the leap, and it was an interesting time in my life, and basically started working for myself. And at that point, you know, just like when you make any kind of change or transition in your life, you got to make sacrifices to go one direction or the other. And so I started working for myself, and at that point, I tried to boil everything down, and what I boiled down was, you know, what do I love to do? You know, I like tournament fishing, I enjoy it, I enjoy the competition, but I love shooting video. So I kind of had to make that call because of funds, you know, because everybody's on a budget and that.
Right.
And I said, hey, you know what? I want to do this and take the leap, but I want to keep shooting video. That's my deal. That's what I really love. So that's what I did.
That is awesome. Man, that's a good perspective because a lot of young people, they're looking at, oh, I want to be a professional fisherman. I want to do this. And there's so many different ways that you can contribute using your skill set as a fisherman.
This is a fishing story.
Today on A Fishing Story, we have Kelly Colwell, My Warrior's Place. She's a Gold Star mom, and she's going to share with us some of the interesting things she is doing with the community, with My Warrior's Place, and how she's helping all of our American heroes. Kelly! She couldn't wait. Look at Kelly. Snooky, snooky. Bam! Good morning. I love it.
My son, of course, is no longer here on earth. He's in heaven, but he's still with me, and he's still doing a lot of fantastic things.
Your son was in the Army. He enlisted in the Army.
Yes, he was only 17 when he went in. I had to sign his enlistment papers along with his father It's all he ever wanted to do from the age of 5. He was so driven. That's just, some kids have that calling.
They do.
And he was one that had that calling.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Green, and I'd like to remind you that we're stewards of our waters, and we'd like to leave our waters vibrant for decades to come. Make sure you have your license up to date and know your target species and its open seasons. Practice catch and release when possible, and use circle hooks instead of J hooks. Practice conservation. Don't overfish an area in one location. Give it time to rejuvenate. Preserve our habitats so future generations can enjoy them as well. So help conserve the waters we all love.